The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case. I've been thinking more about the cult of the tree. What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet. This is the witch's hut. The page described the hut being lit, and mentioned a fuse. The fuse box is missing a fuse. I need to find one to turn on the lights. I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Where is it?
The cultist leaned close. He was there, but he was risen. Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more.
I'm going to tell you a story about 3 extraordinary spirits united to face the darkness. incredible warriors defying fate and even death. I, Kitsune, spirit of the forest, was a witness and a part of it.
On behalf of Hexworks, welcome to the Lords of the Fallen Gameplay Showcase. Today, we're taking a closer look at our all-new dark fantasy action RPG, arriving this October on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Spiritual successor to the original 2014 release, it acts as a full reboot for the franchise, taking place in a vast, interconnected world over 1,000 years later. Featuring colossal boss battles, fast, challenging combat, and deep, immersive storytelling, players will journey across two parallel realms in this expansive RPG experience. The world of the living, Axiom, and the world of the dead, Umbral, with each featuring its own unique pathways, characters, enemies, and, of course, treasures. And while Axiom presents its own challenges, untold horrors await in its nightmarish counterpart. Thanks to the Umbral Lamp, players can enter this lightless world at any time in one of two ways. When slain by the foes of Axiom, at which point you'll resurrect in the same location, albeit in Umbral, or by performing the Umbral Rift and willingly sacrificing one of your two lives. But the lamp holds yet more power, granting the ability to flay the soul from an enemy for some high damage attacks, and even manipulate the very environment of the Umbral world. However, the longer you spend in this wraith-ridden plane, the greater number of spectral terrors that will hunt you down. But as harrowing as the Hellions of Umbral are, they pale in comparison to the game's brutal boss battles. Towering above the ever-burning city of Kalrath, this gargantuan monstrosity doesn't take kindly to would-be adventurers, the demonic presence within ready to devour any and all within sight. A merciless torturer, prepared to carry out any atrocity in the name of his faith. Tancred, Master of Castigations, is the devout chaplain of the hallowed Sentinels. Though beneath the pious veil, his very own flesh conceals a truth most foul. When Harrower Dervla ventured into the deepest depths of this world to thwart the undead rising, what she discovered was so utterly horrific that she renounced her former life in commitment to a far darker oath. Pre-order Lords of the Fallen now and prepare to unleash the darkness on Friday the 13th of October.
Hello everybody, I'm Carlo Bianchi and I'm the founder and game director of Storm in Attica. Let me introduce you Zoe and Kobe, the dynamic duo that will accompany you during your journey. Today we are excited to show you the gameplay reveal of Steel Seed. Steel Seed is a stealth action game with a deep, complex and lore-driven story. After a major climate catastrophe caused by humans, the AIs took control of the situation in order to find a way to preserve life. Zoe is looking for her father in an underground facility built by machines and extremely hostile toward anomalies. The environment surrounding Zoe is huge and takes heavy inspiration from popular mangas, movies and anime. Zoe needs Kobe to help with exploration, environment interaction, stealth and combat. Their bond will grow stronger the more challenges they will face together. Facing enemies without using Kobe is extremely dangerous. The planning phase using your companion is essential. Sometimes a stealth approach in problematic scenarios is preferable, and a good execution will be highly rewarding. The environment will offer you many ways to deal with the enemies. Be the silent assassin. Should you feel more aggressive, or if you screw up the stealth approach, a fast-paced and tactical combat system will allow you to unleash your combat abilities on the enemies. Don't forget the Kobe is there to help you with ranged attacks and skills. Your companion really makes the difference between life and death. If you still feel underpowered, a complex skill tree system based on challenges will allow you to expand Zoe and Kobe's passive and active abilities. The challenge system is designed to render the experience more dynamic and fun. Also, in dangerous times, you may require dangerous friends. Use Kobe to hack into an enemy system to make it fight with you. Your new ally will create hilariously engaging combat scenarios. There are many more abilities that you can unlock from the skill tree. Choose wisely. Thanks for your time with us. Steel Seed is a truly emotional experience that will test your inner humanity. The game is coming to PC, Microsoft Xbox, and Sony PlayStation. Stay tuned.
enjoy Hi, Future Game Show. This is King Choi, Studio Director of Marketing at Paradox Tectonic with Life by You. First off, I want to share a heartfelt thank you to the gaming community, especially the life simulation players, for your overwhelming response when we first announced the game back in March of this year. And if you're just learning about us for the very first time, welcome. Life by You is designed to be one of the most moddable and open-world life simulation games. Launching on PC as an early access title this September, Life by You is opening up a whole new world of creative possibilities. Be in total control of the humans that you create, the towns that you build, and the stories that you tell, driven by real language conversations. And most importantly, live out the lives and stories that you create in a world without loading screens. And oh yes, mods. We here at Paradox Tectonic are continuing to build off the DNA of great games that Paradox Interactive is known for, especially when it comes to community-focused features and experiences. The creator tools as well as editors that you'll be able to play with in our game will allow you to get your hands on the same tools that our game team is using to actually make the game in order to make your own UGC and mods. Just for Future Game Show 2023, here's an exclusive look at one of the jobs that your characters will be able to take on in Life by You. Here's my human, Harley, heading to her job as the barista at the Cozy Up Cafe. Harley will need to complete a set of tasks as part of her workday, including cleaning up displays that customers will inspect and take samples from. Head over to the YouTube channel at Life by You to learn more about the game, and make sure you subscribe to be the first to know when we do our weekly video drops, including feature deep dives, and also dev streams that we'll be posting in the coming weeks and months. Pre-order the game on Epic and wishlist it on Steam. When you pre-order, you'll be able to receive the exclusive Life Begins pack, and the first 100,000 early access players will be invited to a private Discord server where you'll be able to share direct feedback to our game team to inform the roadmap and the development of the game towards full launch. We're so excited for you to get your hands on this game, and thank you so much for having us, Future Game Show 2023.
We've had our heads down for a while now working on Firewall Ultra, the next evolution of the Firewall franchise, which is coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2. In Firewall Ultra, you'll be playing as an elite contractor tasked with either downloading or defending sensitive information. You'll be able to hop in with a squad of up to 3 other players and show off your skills across varied locations in both our PvP and PvE modes. The team has been working hard to create a truly deep and immersive experience that is a treat for all the senses. We've taken full advantage of the hardware, utilizing eye tracking, haptics in both the controllers and headset, trigger resistance, and the power of the PlayStation 5 to create something that truly feels like a generational leap forward. We can't wait for you to enter the world of Firewall Ultra, coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2 later this year. Now, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Talent, prestige, recognition. You took away what was rightfully mine. But what was stolen can be reclaimed. It's been years. And yet, it all still feels unreal. The memories. The nightmares. They've never left this place. All right, I've waited too long. It's time. How they...
Hi, Ma.
Darling? Is that you?
Of course, Ma. How's your book going?
I'm glad to hear your voice. But... how?
It's good to have you back, writer.
No. Not again.
You must be important if he brought you here instead of just killing you.
It can't be.
Some knowledge is best kept hidden from the rest of the world.
Reyes, you should stay out of this. You think you understand, but you're blind like everyone else.
It can't be too late.
Reyes, you need to get out of here right now!
They all seem to become obsessed with the same thing.
You can't have betrayed us.
That data can't be allowed to leave here. The living and the dead have contributed with their light, or the whole world will burn.
I'm going to finish this. Forever.
Rest now.
Initially, it was very much a personal thing. You know, I grew up driving station wagons around the Pacific Northwest. I would go camping, I'd go out to the beach, I'd go on road trips with friends, and as an adult, I decided to start doing that again. So I got an old station wagon and I started going out on these trips. But, I would go to abandoned industrial sites, I would go taking the car up these tiny little dirt trails, and there was this vibe, this feeling of being out there in the woods with this old car, a very surreal experience, and that became, I think, the initial seed idea for the game. Pacific Drive is a run-based driving survival game, but when we started, we were very much just prototyping. We were getting the player into the car, having them drive around in the woods, and getting a feel of the space out there. What we quickly figured out is there's a lot of overlap between resource management and kind of plate juggling that you want in a good survival game, and taking care of a car, like making sure that you don't run out of gas and checking on your battery. It all eventually came to fruition with the garage, and us figuring out we wanted a safe space for the player to be the mechanic and to work on their car, and taking these excursions out into the zone where you're grabbing resources and exploring and then coming back and being able to do it again. In most survival games, there's a focus on the player and keeping them alive, but for Pacific Drive, we wanted to turn that on its head a bit and put the emphasis on the car. It's the thing that's going to keep you safe when you're out in the zone, but that's only true so long as you maintain it. The player can still take damage, but the car itself is a good deal more complicated. There's different slots that you can put different equipment into and customize your car, but things may happen to those parts. They may take wear and tear, they may get damaged and break or fall off, in which case you may have to craft replacement parts or scavenge for new things out in the zone. We really care about satisfying that fantasy of the player being a mechanic, like just taking care of this car and maintaining it while they're on the road. It's important for us to do this because that interaction helps build the player's relationship with the car, and that's something that we care a lot about for the game. So the zone is a pretty isolating and lonely place. When you're out on the road, your car is your only real travel companion, and we wanted to make sure that players had the ability to build a personal connection with the car that is special to them. We've also doubled down on that with the physical interactions as well. So every time you want to start the car, you have to turn the key, you have to get the engine to start, you have to put it in park manually. We built the whole game with these systems in mind because we want to create effectively a sandbox for these different dynamic moments to occur.
Sometimes when I'm driving the car, I find I have to swerve suddenly just to get out of the way of a saw blade or an electrical anomaly, and then I'm on my side in the woods, and that's fine by me, because the first time I drove into the woods was as a teenager going about 40 miles an hour, but that's another story.
I spent an eternity climbing this super, super steep hill with my car. I finally got to the top, climb out of my car to get what I'm going after, and turn around, and there are broken bunnies just sticking all over it. They slammed on the gas and sent it barreling right back down the hill.
There was a time that I came around a corner and drifted too hard onto a cliff and rolled straight down the cliff and actually ran into a group of abductors, and one of them pulled me straight into the gateway, and I made a safe exit from there even though the storm was closing in.
I think the experience I'm looking forward to players having the most is gaining that sense of companionship with the car. Sitting in the garage, looking at it, seeing all of these stories that have happened, the crazy escapes, the last minute repair jobs, and really to feel like it's their car. I think that's going to be something really special.